Texas has some land records online. We will first review the early land records and then discuss more current land records. The first place to go to is the Texas General Land Office website. The website is glotexas.gov. Click on History. The drop-down box will appear. Click on Land Grant Search. This will bring up this land grant search page. You most likely will be using the original, grantee, or the patentee search fields, since it is unlikely that you will know information for any of the other fields provided. Alright, today I'm going to show you how to use this Texas General Land Office website. It's pretty easy. You're going to come down here. You can choose which county you want to look at. But I was looking for my husband's fifth great-grandfather. His last name is Yates. And you can do a search just by the last name. I'm going to show you that first. And it comes down here, you look down here, it says 1 through 25 of 506 total. So that is a lot of records to look through. Now the problem I had with this is his name is spelled N-E-E-D-H-A-M, I think, Needham. But as we see here, he actually shows up on the second one. It's N-E-D-O-M. So sometimes you may, if you want to check, you're going to have to go through every one of these pages. So that's a lot of pages to search through. But if I want to look just for him, so I'm going to do this, copy that, and I'm going to go back to the search. And I'm going to put that in. And now it comes up and I get 3 results with that spelling. Now, let me go back here. Let's try it here and see if we get anything. I didn't try this before, but this is the patentee. And I get the same 3 results on there. So that's what I really wanted to show you. I'm going to actually show you some of the PDFs in the next part of the video, but I just want to show you on the actual website how it works. The first record I found for Needham Yates was for this 619 acres. This was the second page of that PDF. It first tells us that it was in the Republic of Texas in the county of Nacogdoches. It then tells us that it is number 160, class 3. Now remember class 3, and I will explain that later. Then it gives his name as Needham Yates. This document tells us it was for 640 acres, so it must be different than the first page that we saw. It is certificate number 26, and it is dated the 11th of April, 1839. It then states, he having proved to us that he has resided in the Republic 3 years and performed all the duties required of him as a citizen. The last thing to notice is the actual date of recording, the 28th of April, 1841. This image was found on FamilySearch Wiki under Texas and Land Records. First, it tells us the records of headright-grants prior to 1st of March 1936 are now at the State Land Office and are described below. It then gives a brief history of the land grants. Then it explains the classes 1 through 4. Needham Yates had a headright grant and it was class 3. So we learned that he arrived as early as the 1st of October 1837 to the 1st of January 1840. The date on the document was the 11th of April 1839. The document stated that he had lived in Texas for 3 years. So he either arrived by 1836, or because it was recorded in 1841, it might mean that by that time he had lived in Texas for 3 years. This gives us a general idea of when he arrived in Texas. Another document I found for Needham Yates was this list of people receiving headright-grants. We see that he received 640 acres of land in December of 1837. I then noticed that his brother Stephen Yates received 640 acres in March of 1838. Needham Yates's wife was Susan Tomlinson. I then noticed that Leonard Tomlinson received 640 acres in December of 1837, the same time as Needham. The last entry is Benhajah Tomlinson, who received 320 acres in March of 1838, the same as Stephen. Leonard and Benhajah Tomlinson are Susan's brothers. When I saw this document, I went back to the search page and looked for Stephen, Leonard, and Benhajah. Before looking at these documents, I had no sources for Benhajah Tomlinson, and through this website I was able to find 4 different sources for him. Hopefully you will be able to find some fun documents for your early Texas ancestors. Now I want to show you how to find more current land records. This is the land records in Tarrant County, Texas. I did not search other counties in Texas, but I imagine many other counties provide the same type of information. Land records in Texas are public records, so land history is open to the public to see. For privacy purposes, I will not show you how this works, but you just type in the name you are looking for and the record results will show up if the person has purchased land. There are 2 different searches. The quick search is the first one and the advanced search. I got different results on these 2 searches. The quick search gave me results showing when we purchased the land, when we paid it off, when we took out the equity loan, and when it was paid off, and a few other things. The advanced search showed that there was a lien on our home in 2006 that we didn't know about. Thankfully, 10 years has gone by, and that lien I think we took care of it anyway, but we don't have to worry about it. These are the more current information on records, and it begins as early as 1970. Here is the website. This is the property tax website, and this gives the history of the property tax on land. By searching for a property, you can find out who owned the land and for what period of time. You must know the address, the account number, or the site number to access this information. When putting in the address, put in only the street number, the name of the street, without words like lane, drive, avenue, etc. at the end of it. A list of properties with that number and street will come up, and then you can click on the one that you want to look at. Here is the website for the property tax information. If you cannot find the land records online, you may need to visit the courthouse in person. If you're going to visit a county courthouse, you might want to listen to Find Family Records video that talks about visiting a courthouse. The first few slides are about death records, but then it talks about visiting a courthouse and what you might need to do in preparation before going to the courthouse. Happy hunting!